Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kayla and I'm coming at you today with no makeup in my Nightmare Before Christmas hoodie and Christmas pajama pants because today I'm doing a cozy reading day. As you can see, I'm back at a hotel. This is actually the same hotel I was at in the last vlog, except this room is completely flip-flopped. Everything's switched. The last room was on the complete other side of the hall, a floor below, and this one's on this side of the hall, so the bed's over here instead of over here. Everything is completely opposite. It feels like I just walked into a mirror and it's really confusing my brain. But anyway, it's about 9 a.m. and I've been working on uploading my first YouTube video, so it's scheduled for 12 o'clock today. Today's Thursday, December 15th, by the way. So now that all that's done, I don't have anything else planned for the day, so I'm gonna spend the whole day reading Christmas books and just being cozy, cuddled up in bed with my coffee. And it's gonna be a great day. So as far as the books I hope to read today, I'm gonna start with He Sees You When You're Sleeping by Mary Higgins Clark and Carol Higgins Clark. If you saw my last vlog, I mentioned that I had started that one, but I didn't really know what it was about yet because I was only a little bit into it. I haven't gotten any farther into it, so I'm hoping to finish that today. It's just a novella, but I was reading it before I went to bed and I'd fall asleep after a page or two. And then I've got 2 audiobooks I want to get to. They're both 3-hour audiobooks and they look like cute little cheesy Christmas novellas, so I feel like that would be a fun way to spend the day. The first one's called 12 Days of the Duke's Disguise by Riley Smith, and it's a Regency novella, which I've never read, a Regency romance, so that should be interesting. And the second one is Miss Claus and the Millionaire by Wendy. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the last name, I'll put it up here, but it looks like it could be a cute little Hallmarky romance, but I really have no idea. So I'll start that and see how that one goes too. And hopefully I can get to all of those. That's my tentative TBR for this cozy reading day. So now I'm gonna grab my coffee and curl up in bed and start reading. I'll talk to you guys once I have an update. I'm so nervous. It's about 12:30 now and Matthew should be getting on his lunch break soon, so he's gonna grab some pizza and bring it back to the hotel so we can eat lunch together. So I figured before he gets back I'd give you guys another update. I made a pretty good dent into He Sees You When You're Sleeping, so I feel like I can tell you what it's about now. So it follows a guy named Sterling, which is funny because that's my brother's name, so it's really weird. But anyway, it follows a guy named Sterling who died 46 years ago, and he's been in heaven in like the waiting area for 46 years waiting to see if he gets into heaven. So at the start of the novel, the Heavenly Council calls him into a meeting and tells him that they've set up a test for him to see if he's worthy or whatever to go into heaven. So he's sent down to Earth to do this test, and he has no idea what it's about. But he soon discovers that he's meant to help a 7-year-old girl whose father and grandmother just got sent into the witness protection program because they overheard something they shouldn't have from some mobsters, and now they have to go into hiding. And of course the little girl's heartbroken that she lost her father and her grandmother, and she doesn't understand why they left her. So Sterling's been sent to help them. So I feel like that's all I can tell you because all of that's in the synopsis, so none of that's spoilers, but it's a novella, so I don't really want to give you any more information because it's short to begin with. But I'm enjoying it. Like, it's interesting to read. It's keeping my attention, but the writing isn't the best. Really, the main thing that's bothering me is Sterling's kind of like a ghost. Like, nobody can see him. So all of his dialogue are basically things he's thinking to himself, and it's so unrealistic. It's way too formal. It's more formal than anyone actually thinks in real life. And also his thoughts seem to often be used as plot devices to help readers understand what's going on better. That seems like a nitpicky thing to say, but it's annoying me enough that if this was a full-length novel, I would probably DNF it because it just takes me out of the story every time I see it. But I've only got about 80 pages left. I'll definitely finish it this afternoon, and it's interesting enough that I do want to know what happens. I just got a text from Matthew saying he's 7 minutes away with the pizza, so I'm gonna go read until he gets back and then eat some lunch with him, and then he'll have to go back to work, and I will continue my cozy reading day. It's about 4 o'clock now, and as you can see, I got dressed for the day. Matthew gets off at 5, so once he gets off, we'll go out and go grab some dinner. But I wanted to let you know I finished He Sees You When You're Sleeping, and it was cute. As I mentioned before, the writing did get on my nerves a little bit. It was mainly the main character, Sterling, his inner monologue. It was just so unrealistically formal. And I just wanted to read an example to you because I feel like I didn't explain that very well. It said, "I was one of those people who preferred winter to summer," he thought. Annie thought I was crazy. If there was anything she loved, it was a day at the seashore. I remember her family had a place in Spring Lake. So that was just stuff that was going through his head. He was alone, and stuff like that happened constantly. And it wasn't just with him, it was with other characters too, but it was mostly him because he was mostly alone. So the other characters would talk with each other, and it was still the dialogue was a little bit unrealistic too, but it was the monologue that was getting to me. So yeah, that's kind of nitpicky, but I wouldn't have been able to read a full novel like that and spend days in a book like that. But as a novella, it was cute. It was a cute story. It had a cute, happy ending. However, it wasn't super Christmassy. I was hoping for more Christmas vibes. It is a mystery, so I can kind of understand, but I feel like there could have been a little more of a Christmassy feel to it, but overall, it was cute, and I'm glad I read it. But yeah, it did take me pretty much all day to read, even though it was just a short novella, and the main reason for that is I can't just sit down and read for hours on end without getting up and moving around, because I started to go crazy, but my attention span is not that long. So I'll set an alarm like every 30 minutes, and I'll get up and just kind of pace around the room, and I know that's really weird, but I'll pace around the room for like 10 minutes, and it just makes me feel so much better, and I can concentrate better on the book, and just, I don't know, it helps me. That's why it took longer to read. But now that I'm finished with that, I'm gonna start listening to 12 Days of the Duke's Disguise by Riley Smith, and I'll probably just play some games on my phone and listen to that and wait for Matthew to get off work. It's only 3 hours long, so if I listen to it on 2 times speed, I can finish in an hour and a half. So I'm hoping to at least get that one done and maybe start on the next one. Probably won't. But I'll be sure to check in with you guys either tonight or tomorrow morning to let you know how it went. I just wanted to pop in and say a lot of Christmas books and movies use the trope of someone died and they want to get into heaven, but they were a bad person or whatever when they were on earth, and they have to do some kind of good deeds to be able to get into heaven. And yeah, I think that's a cute idea, and I get it. I think it makes a good story, but I just felt like this would be a good opportunity to pop on here and say that good deeds and good works don't get you into heaven. So in Ephesians 2:8, the Bible says, "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not of your own doing. This is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast." So yeah, according to the Bible, it's by grace you've been saved through faith, not by works. But I know this is a fiction story and that you're not supposed to take it seriously, and I don't. I'm not offended by it or anything. I thought it was a cute story. I just saw an opportunity to share this with you guys, so that's what I did. And if you have any questions or want to discuss this further, you're always welcome to DM me on my Instagram, which is linked below, and I'd be happy to discuss it with you. So thanks for listening, and let's get back to the vlog. Hey, so it's the next day, and we just left the hotel. That's why all our stuff's in the back, so please just ignore that. But Matthew just went in for work, and I figured I'd let you guys know what I ended up reading last night. So last night I finished the 12 Days of the Duke's Disguise by Riley Smith, and it was so cute. I loved it. I've never read a Regency romance before, so I don't really know how it compares to others, but I thought it was really cute, and I'm actually interested in reading more now. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment. But the only problem with it was not very Christmassy, just like the other book. I gave it 4 stars for that, but otherwise it was really cute. There was one scene, and I don't think this is spoilers because it's a romance. So our hero was getting close to our heroine, and she asked him to back off, but instead he kissed her. And then she was totally into it, and it ended up being a sweet scene. but I just wished they could have left the beginning part out where she said to back off, because that wasn't cool. He should have backed off. But other than that one scene, it was super cute, super sweet. I would recommend, but just know it's not a super Christmassy read if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, I finished 2 books yesterday. He Sees You When You're Sleeping, which I ended up giving 2 stars just because I couldn't get over the writing. But it was still a fun read, but that one also wasn't very Christmassy. And then The 12 Days of the Duke's Disguise, which I gave 4 stars. So overall, it was a fun, relaxing day. I wish the reads were a little more Christmassy, but oh well. So thank you for spending the day with me, and if you made it this far in the video, please leave a Christmassy emoji. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to check out my links in the description, I've got a link to my novella, Chasing Kelly, my Instagram, and my Goodreads. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!